Say.
Okay, hello everyone. Most of you know me, my name is Matthew, so I was the best man by default. Michael didn't really have a choice. That's why I'm here. I'm not a very good public speaker, so if you guys could just laugh along and make me feel better, that would help. First I'd like to congratulate Michael and Becca. Sorry, I don't know if all of you guys know this, but when Michael was 17, he thought he would want to convince everyone that he was Justin Bieber. That was anything from dyeing his hair to learning the choreography.
True story.
Me and him actually went to a Justin Bieber concert and he bought a Purposeful World Tour t-shirt and everyone thought he was Justin from behind. And I don't think his head has ever deflated from that. He's like, oh, they thought I was Justin. I was like, Michael, they were 50 yards behind you. I also kind of think it's unfair that there's only one of me and there are two of them, so I have to cover twice the time. But I figured I would start way back around February when our parents decided that Michael wasn't enough. So like, we need to have another kid. 9 months later, they had me, 2.0. So I started back then. Never since then, if anyone knows us, we're polar opposites. I'm smart, handsome, athletic, caring, and Michael is the exact opposite. You guys can do the math for that. But I remember as a young child, we'd always fight. One specific time, I remember him chasing me around the table, getting me on the ground, and putting a knife to my throat. I don't remember why, but I do. It was probably because he was jealous, probably. But it did happen. You can ask him. It did happen. But even though we did fight a lot, we had a lot of good times. I remember playing goalie wars in the basement was always fun. He would always beat me, but it was still fun. Playing foosball with Elena and Frankie. Me and Frankie would always lose again. Mike was always the winner. You know, you gotta keep everyone happy, you know. So, playing Greater Grace and winning for the first time when I played with you your senior year. But I think my most favorite time of all dates back to around 2009 when I was 8. My mom decided that it would be smart to give me a bow and arrow. I don't know why, because what 8-year-old doesn't need a bow and arrow? So mom had just left work. And Michael says, Matthew, let's go in the backyard and shoot it, right? So I'm sitting there like, okay, what do you want to do? He's like, I'm going to shoot this as far into the air as possible, and you have to run around and not let it hit you. And as an 8-year-old, I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And here I am running in circles, hoping this arrow doesn't hit me. So now when everyone points at the sky, I'm like, oh my gosh. Let me see. I wish I could give you guys relationship advice. I feel like that's probably where I'm at in this speech, and you guys are probably tired of hearing me. But as a 19-year-old boy who's never had a girlfriend or a steady relationship, I feel like I wasn't very qualified to give that advice. And when you have Angie in your house, who's an expert of all things, you don't really need me. So she probably answered you without even asking. So I figured I didn't really need to put anything in there. But let me think. All jokes aside, Michael has been a huge role model for me. I remember everything going down when we were younger, and you know, he was probably around 10, and you know, he basically had his childhood stripped away because he had to mature for the rest of us. And I've always looked up to him for that. And I'm going to tell him this story. I probably wasn't going to say this or ever tell him, but I figured now is a better time than ever. But when Michael was I don't remember what grade he was in, but he beat our rival team, Rockbridge, at their homecoming under the lights, and I think they beat them 4-3 in a soccer game. I remember my senior year, we played the same team, and under the lights, their homecoming, and we lost 3-1, and I just remember crying. Everyone was like, why are you crying? I said, I just want to be like Michael, and I just want to beat Rockbridge like he did. And Michael, I've always looked up to you, even though I always trash talk you a lot. Just I've always looked up to you, and I don't think that I could have done what you did when everything went down.
Let's go, kid.
You really stepped up, and I don't think I would be able to do that. And not only did he do it, he did it willingly. He did it without anyone asking. I'm very proud of where he's come from. If you had told me you would have been here 2 years ago, I would have laughed. But I'm not going to blow his head up too much because I'm going to give all that glory to the Lord. That's all the glory goes to. Becca. Tammy, sorry. Tammy. You really did get a great one. Not only is he a godly leader, but he's loyal to a fault and he'll always defend you, even when it's against me. And he'll protect you. And I think that's what he did for our family. He'll do even more for you, probably. I wish you guys the best. Michael, I can't wait to see you be the first generational curse breaker.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I can't wait to follow your lead. I'll be praying for you guys. I advise all of you to do the same because they'll need it. I love you guys. I'm done.
Yes.
I just want to say a word of blessing for the couple as well, and so grateful that weddings like this join two families together. And so I'm very grateful for the Eufemia family, Cucci family, and for